Now then, the LGBTQ plus charity Stonewall has become increasingly reliant on taxpayers' money, as its overall finances have simply suffered. The group reported a deficit of over £800,000 as its income fell, while it was forced to use up half of its reserves, with the amount that the charity received in grants from public bodies increasing to an astonishing £600,000, despite many severing their links with its controversial diversity rating schemes. And this news is all thanks to the research from the TaxPayers Alliance. I'm delighted to say I'm now joined by the media campaigns manager at the TaxPayers Alliance, William Yarwood. William, welcome to the show. It's an eye-watering sum of money, £618,000. A lot of people think a single penny of taxpayers' money shouldn't be going towards Stonewall, which many think is a lobbying group and has caused quite a lot of damage within government. Tell us about these incredible figures.
Yeah, well, good afternoon, Martin, and thanks for having me on the show. And yeah, they are incredible, especially considering, like you said, they're in complete financial difficulty, meaning that this controversial, some would say far-left lobby group is now increasingly reliant on taxpayers' cash, which, as you rightly point out, the majority of the British public do not want the policy proposals that this group puts forward. But yeah, like you said, government grants have gone up. It's received over 150,000 from the Foreign Office. It's received over 100,000 from both the Scottish Government and indeed the Welsh Government. Now, this is all the while that its Diversity Champions scheme, like you rightly say, has been seen to be very controversial, and many public organisations inside the public sector have actually cancelled their membership of this Champions scheme. Their fees have decreased on that front quite significantly over the last year or so. But like you said, government grants keep going up. So actually, instead of paying for a scheme, government bodies are now just simply giving them free cash, essentially, to continue on their activities. And I don't think that a single penny of taxpayers' cash should be going towards Stonewall or indeed any lobby group.
And William, do you think it's fair to say that a lot of people would actually be very, very surprised to learn that taxpayers, without any say in the matter, are shoving money into Stonewall? And let's face it, there have been some very, very controversial outpourings. The fact that sometimes children are being encouraged to transition in private, parents don't know what their kids are being taught, and a lot of people are pointing the finger at organisations like Stonewall.
Yes, completely. I mean, half the reason they've lost a lot of this funding, half the reason they've lost a lot of the fees for their Diversity Champions scheme is precisely because of controversial opinions just like that. Including more sort of, I would say probably moronic opinions, such as gender-neutral toilets and making sure that documents have the correct pronouns in them. But ultimately, yes, this is because of public pressure and because of public distaste for what Stonewall is doing. But yeah, they're still getting money from the people who disagree with them. And, if the Labour government doesn't sort this out, then the likelihood that this government grant will just continue to increase is probably quite likely.
And I wonder, actually, if we're seeing the beginning of the end of this kind of movement. Certainly, that's what's going to be happening in America when Donald Trump gets in. Thank you very much for joining us today on the show. And that is William Yarwood there from the Taxpayers Alliance. Now,